All right, welcome back to a new Forbidden and Limited list. You can already see some of the things on the screen. One thing that the TCG does better than the OCG is the fact that they post images on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, so you can just access them. Because every time you try to access this website, it just crashes immediately. So we're 4 minutes after the official announcement. New limit regulations, which is the Forbidden and Limited list for the OCG. You can already see 2 new banned cards, which are also banned in the TCG, which make a lot of sense. A few things before we dive into it. Ryzeal and Malice were hit. Malice indirectly, and Ryzeal directly. But yesterday, there has been a new set release with Justice Hunters with 3 very solid archetypes. So one is a fusion archetype, one is the synchro level 1, link 1 strategy, so maybe some link 1s are actually going to get unbanned. And then obviously the K9 strategy with the Xyz, maybe they're going to push like some rank up magic shenanigans. We're already a little bit of time into it. So Artifact Scythe and Summon Limit, both forbidden. Scythe has been honestly plaguing the OCG for a long time. It has been limited in the latest Forbidden and Limited list, so now it's going from 1 to 0. And to be honest, like it's super searchable. They search this and Lancia with 7th Tachyon. Then you just pop it with Ryzeal Detonator. Summon Limit, obviously very limiting Floodgate in the game today. It was also limited pretty recently, I think 2 lists ago. And now this is just aligning to what the TCG is doing. Surprisingly, these cards I think both are legal in Master Duel. So, best of ones sometimes, So I think that this is it. This is the 2 new bans. Let's go over to the new limited cards. Oh my god. Actually, Dimension Shifter is limited. This is crazy. Wow. Okay, so first of all, Ryzeal Sword Ryzeal, whatever. Just another hit to the engine. Like they're killing this engine pretty quickly. Bonfire is limited. 7th Tachyon is a 2 currently. There are more limits here. Ice is fully legal, but X is also limited. So X, Sword, and Bonfire to 1 that you just want to obliterate this deck, which I think is like pretty, like it's kind of soon-ish, but I suppose I can get it. Shifter is crazy. It shows you that maybe like some things aren't set in stone. Like this has been a 3 in the TCG. Maybe it's going to go to 2 like it was. This didn't go from 3 to 1 in the OCG. It went from 2 to 1. This is obviously sort of like addressing Malice at a certain point. Malice plays Shifter in the OCG at 2, especially in the main deck. It's a little bit easier because the deck variety is kind of wider. So this is good. This is good to like hinder Malice, but I think Ryzeal, we'll see. Maybe like White Rabbit is limited in a second, but so far Ryzeal has been hit on the last list and this like much more significantly than Malice. Okay, I'm going to eat my words now. Dormouse is, Malice Dormouse is limited to 1. This is the main starter. I don't like this. I hate this. Because, like, why would you print, like, decks for, like, a couple formats, literally, like, 2 formats, and then, like, start killing the engines? This is also not, I don't think, like, you're killing the engine as an engine, not as a deck. Like, the deck can still function. You still have a lot of ways. You still have Goldsark there. You still have Allure of Darkness there. Yeah, so this is a first direct it to a Malice card. The last list didn't have it. And 7th Tachyon, one of the most pivotal cards, just mainly used for like, okay, so Ryzeal is basically dead in the water. Dead. Like, so many engine pieces, so many consistency cards are already limited. And now, you also kind of can't search for Lancia, which kills Malice, so like why would you maybe just leave it at 2 to give Ryzeal a little bit of more power against, like this feels unbalanced to me to some extent. Like limiting Sword is crazy, and Dormouse is just unfortunate, but yeah, this is it. And one more limited card, it's Grass. Okay, so I am pretty sure that Grass was semi-limited in the OCG up until now, and it has gone from 2 to 1, which I'm not like really sure why. I don't think this actually saw a lot of play, like maybe some piles, but like snow. Fairy Tale Snow is legal at 3 in the OCG, by the way. So I think this does go from, yeah. So yeah, it's from semi-limited to limited, which is very interesting. I don't really know what to think about that. Maybe some tier limits cards actually came out of the list. I'm not really sure. Maybe they're planning for something. In terms of the new decks that just released, maybe the Fusion deck, the Dragon Tail deck could have benefited from 2, but now it's at 1. Maybe it's a branded hit again. I'm not really sure who was playing it, but this makes me kind of sad because I wanted this to go to 2 in the TCG, which is now at 1. So we'll keep going. Newly semi-limited cards. Okay, Cyberjar and Pearly Sleepy Memory, I think it is. Those are it, going from 1 to 2, both of them. So maybe Pearly getting another buff. And then cards that are now at 3. Kirin. Okay, Kirin was limited very swiftly in the Fire King format. Monkey Board also in the TCG. I think this will happen very soon. Chronograph something. Masterpiece is a 3. Okay. And then Snatch Steel and Zodiac Barrage are at 3. Wow. This is a pretty cool and interesting ban list. This is kind of harsher than I thought. This is basically giving... So you can see like right here, like this image here is like Malice buffs, Ryzeal buffs, toning down. I don't think Dormouse to 1 actually does that much. Like the deck is still very good with like the Ignister cards. It's still fairly consistent. Like Dormouse to 1, you don't need more than 1 Dormouse anyway. Granted, they don't have as many Bestials, but now they got a new Malice name, and they got the Wizard at Ignister, backup at Ignister package. I think it's actually probably gonna, like, Blue Eyes is basically on hit here as well, which is also raining hard in the OCG. Very interesting list. Want to hear you guys' opinion in the comments below. I think this is interesting. Shifter to 1 is big. I really want to see where they can take it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.